Colombian President Gustavo Petro has renewed his calls for the formation of Gran Colombia, an EU-style union that would combine Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador and Panama. In a post on social media, he proposed carrying out through constituent powers and agreement between governments the revival of Gran Colombia, a reference to the historic North and South American Union originally spearheaded by the independence liberator Simón Bolivar. Petro called for a common parliament and presidency just like the European Union. The plan was first proposed by former Colombian President Hugo Chavez in 2008. However, at the time, it failed to gain traction. Petro's statement comes amid tensions with the U.S. over its so-called anti-narcotics operations in the Caribbean. While addressing a gathering recently, Petro warned U.S. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio against entering what he called Bolivar's homeland, reminding how the armies of the Caribbean with spears defeated mighty Spanish and French forces, highlighting that the Caribbean people are used to hurricanes. He warned that they can also unleash one if they are provoked. A day ago, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro drew inspiration from Hollywood to take a jibe at the perceived U.S. superiority with respect to South Americans. He said, and I quote, "Americans think life is a bad Hollywood movie where they are always the heroic Rambo-style winners, while Latinos, Mexicans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Caribbeans, and Africans are portrayed as villains." He concluded that the U.S. was delusional as their empire was heading towards a decline. And new reporters claimed that the United States is examining sites to send additional military assets to the Caribbean as Trump weighs on options. A report in the war zone, which cited a U.S. official, says that Washington is conducting site surveys to see if more military assets could be deployed to that region. The report further attributed open-source investigators to document various military assets being moved in El Salvador, including an AC-130 Ghost Rider gunship and a Navy P-8A reconnaissance plane, while a third military aircraft, the unmarked C-40 Clipper, was also spotted. The report says that deployments indicated an expanding U.S. footprint in the Caribbean.